Weekend's deadly police-involved shooting in South Carolina. Newly released dash camera video shows some of the last minutes of Walter Scott's life. Here we can see the initial traffic stop that Officer Michael Slager made over a busted taillight. Seconds later, everything changes when the victim, Walter Scott, gets out of his car and takes off running. The patrol camera, however, did not capture the actual shooting that followed. Joining us now is Cheryl Dorsey, retired LAPD Sergeant. Cheryl, thanks for taking time with us. So there's this newly released dash cam video that shows the moments just after the traffic stop. What are the takeaways from what you saw there?
Well, you know, there's a couple of things that bother me. I'm concerned about why he would engage the passenger in the vehicle, have him step out of the car and search him. And, you know, when I first heard about this incident, I really didn't give much thought to the racial profiling aspect. But now I'm wondering why in the middle of the day, with all this going on in the world, are you concerned about a broken taillight? And then you conduct this stop and it winds up in a deadly force incident. It's just very unsettling that things would escalate.
People have raised that issue of the pretext there, saying that, look, it's an African-American person in a Mercedes, I believe it was, and saying that stops like that are what make people so outraged and angry about these traffic stops.
Absolutely, because understand, if a police officer follows behind your car long enough, you're going to straddle over the line, or you may make a turn without signaling within the last 100 feet. And so there's a myriad of reasons where an officer can create or manufacture probable cause to stop you under the pretext of some traffic violation, and then hope and pray, as we used to say on LAPD, to the warrant god, that you have a traffic ticket you haven't paid for, and now they have a reason to get you into the system.
And Cheryl, so we have the video, everyone saw, you know, that initial video of the actual deadly shooting itself. But had we not had that video, and had we only had this dash cam video, how different would you say the perception would be on what happened?
Oh, it would be totally different, because we wouldn't be having this conversation. We would be hearing what a terrible person Mr. Scott was. We'd hear maybe that he was a thug, that he was a criminal. We would hear him being vilified, much like the media did and the police department did with Eric Garner, and much like they did with Mike Brown. And so, but for this video, there would only be one version. And understand that great deference is given to police officers, and so when an officer says something, by and large, he's taken at his word. Thank God for this cell phone video, because now I'm hoping that the citizens, prospective jurors, will understand that every now and then a police officer will be dishonest when he does something that violates policy, or he's excessive in the discharge of his duties, and now he has to manufacture a situation to justify something that is really unjustifiable.
And that video, Cheryl, as you mentioned, showing Mr. Scott being shot in the back at least 5 times, certainly will be important in the case. Cheryl Dorsey, thank you so much for taking time with us.
Thank you.
We are also here